All right, Marlo, today we're going to learn about inferencing. Do you know what inferencing is?
No.
All right. Inferencing is like when you're a detective and you're trying to figure out, you take clues in what you know, and then you come to a conclusion. So you determine, like, for instance, if I were to say, give you some clues about somebody, like if I said, okay, this person plays basketball, he's from Ohio, he's really tall, and he calls himself the King. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Martin King Jr.?
You came to a conclusion? Right, but I said he plays basketball. He's still living. He plays basketball.
Chris Bosh.
Close, you're getting closer. He calls himself King James.
Oh.
So who am I talking about?
King James.
King James, LeBron James.
LeBron
James, yeah. So that's what you do. You take clues and things that you know, and you make inferences. You were very close with Chris Bosh, though, because they played on the same team. Great job. All right. So today we're going to read this book. It's called The Footprint. Just by looking at the cover of this book, Marlo, what do you think this story's about?
I think they're brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay. You think they're brothers and sisters. Okay. And why do you think that?
Because they're working together, I think.
They're working together? Okay, cool. That's a great inference to make. That's good. And what are they pointing at? The title is The Footprint. So what are they doing?
They're following the footprints.
Okay, so do you think, does that look like a human footprint?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so maybe they're going after maybe what?
Bigfoot
or some sort of what? Monster or animal? Very good. All right. So, doing exactly what you did is making inferences. What you did was you took what you saw in the picture, right? You took what you knew. You know that footprints, there's a big footprints of a monster, or you know that they're working together, and you and your brother and sister probably work together, or family members work together. So you saw that, you took all the information, and you made an inference. So that's what we're going to do. Sometimes those inferences are not that easy. Sometimes you have to kind of dig a little deeper and find more clues, like in words or in pictures. All right, so let's start and get into the book. All right, so this is the table of contents. Do you know what the table of contents is?
I think, but I forgot.
The table of contents kind of lays out what's in the book by chapter, by subject. Okay, so it says a dull day. So when it says a dull day, what do you think that chapter is going to be about? What kind of inference, what kind of conclusion can you make from that? A dull day. What is a dull day? What does dull mean?
Dull?
Dull. Do you know what that word means?
A doll?
Dull. D-U-L-L. Dull.
No.
You know what that means? Dull means something like boring, not very bright. So something bright, not boring. So like today would be a dull day. It's raining outside. It's kind of a dull day. It's boring. You can't go outside and play at recess. You can't do those types of things. So that would be a dull day. All right. All right. Is it a dinosaur?
It could be.
Could be, right. So what do you think that chapter is about? What do you think they're doing in that chapter? Because it has a question mark. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to find out if
it's a dinosaur or not.
If it's a dinosaur or not. Is it a bird?
No.
So what do you think? Is that the same? Is that in the same chapter? I mean, that's a different chapter. Are they trying to do the same thing as they did in this chapter?
Yes.
Yes, they're trying to find out if it's a
bird.
Okay. What are they trying to find?
But it's not a bird because birds have little baby feet.
Oh, see? All right. So you've already made a prediction. You've already started that process of thinking, and that's what good readers do. Start thinking about what they're going to read and looking at these titles and saying, okay, I kind of get what this story's about. All right. So let's start the first page. Now, a dull day. Now, I'm going to read and I'm going to think aloud, and you can follow along. And think aloud is when I think out loud. So what I usually think is in my brain. It's silent, okay? So I usually keep it in my brain. I kind of think to myself. But today I'm going to think aloud so that you can hear how I think, and then maybe you can pick up some of the things that I use to help you determine if this to help you determine, help you to learn how to make predictions and make inferences. Okay, so it was Saturday morning, and Angie and Jared were already bored. Their mother had gone to work. Their father was busy cleaning. The house and their older sister Sarah was getting ready for a diving trip to Mexico.
I knew they were brothers and sisters.
You're right. See, your prediction was true, right? Brother and sister. How else could you tell? Look, they're in the same house. He seems very comfortable. She's relaxed. So it's a dull day. So that's another clue. Like, if there were classmates, do you think classmates would be sitting on the couch like this? Maybe, but more than likely it's brother and sister. All right, so. All right, now, let's keep going. Where's my snorkel? Sarah shouted. Where's my mask? Jared shrugged and Angie sighed. Sarah gets all the fun, Jared said. We never get to go anywhere. So let me ask you something. Looking at Sarah, do you think, well, this is what I'm thinking to myself. I'm looking at Sarah. Sarah looks much older. She's going on a diving trip to Mexico, right? So I'm thinking that she's an older sister. I'm thinking that she's way older than these guys, right? Mm-hmm. Because she wouldn't be going on a snorkeling trip. Snorkeling is when you go underwater, and you're in the ocean, and you're looking for fish, stuff like that. I don't think she'd be going to Mexico if she were younger.
Wait, is this Sarah?
This is Sarah. This is Sarah. So Sarah's much older. See how she's throwing stuff on her?
Is she the sister, too?
She is the sister. So she's their older sister. Okay? So I'm thinking, okay, well, I think she's the older sister, and she's going somewhere. I think she's a part of the story, too.
Or she's a mom or something.
Well, it says she's the older sister here. Oh. So it says Sarah and their older sister, Sarah, was getting ready for a diving trip to Mexico. All right? Jared shrugged and Angie sighed. Sarah gets all the fun, Jared said. We never get to go anywhere. All right? Then their little brother Benjamin came stomping in from the kitchen, trailing his blanket behind him. Yarg, he yelled. I'm a monster. Act scared. But Angie and Jared were tired of acting scared for Benjamin. He was always playing monster. Come on, Jared, said Angie. Let's get out of here before Dad makes us babysit. Next chapter, the footprint. So I think this is where they're going to get into the story.
It could be a duck's footprint because it looks that way.
Okay, so I'm glad you did that. So you're making a prediction. So you're going to take, this is a graphic organizer. This helps me when I read because I don't want to forget all the details. Like, I've got a lot of stuff we've already read anyway, and I've made a lot of predictions already in my head, okay? So what I would do is do the same thing you did. I'm looking at the picture. Oh, it does look like a duck's footprint, right? Okay, so story clues. So duck.
Wait,
shape,
you write it?
Print. I'm writing it right now, but I'm just showing you. This is called modeling. I'm modeling the behavior for you so that you can learn how to do this, okay? So you just watch me, and then I'm going to let you do it. It's a duck-shaped footprint, right? And that's a story. That's the story clue you found, all right? What you know that duck's feet, or duck's, a duck's feet are shaped like the footprint. Okay, so from that, I'm going to make the inference that the footprint it's a duck's footprint. Okay. All right. Now, this is just an inference. This is just a prediction of what we're going to do. Okay. This is just a prediction. So this may be wrong, and if it's wrong, I'm going to cross it out and I'm going to make another inference. Okay. So let's keep reading. Do you want to read along?
Yeah.
Okay. We're on page 7, so start reading on page 7.
They decided to go exploring by the creek that ran behind their apartment building. As they walked along the bank, Jerry saw a strange
imprint
in the mud. Hey, Angie. Look at this. They both started at the print shaped somewhat like a narrow fan.
Narrow fan. Okay, cool. Yes. So That's great reading, by the way. It's excellent. So let's look at some of the clues in here. Okay? They decided to go exploring by the creek. Very important clue right there. Why is that an important clue? Based on what I did before. Why is that an important clue? Important clue, and based on the prediction you made before. You made a prediction that it was a duck-shaped print, duck feet are shaped, you know, like that, and it's a duck's footprint, right? Mm-hmm. So, why is the creek? How does that support what you're saying? Do you know what a creek is?
Well, it's.
Take a guess.
I know what it is. It's water on it.
Water, very good. So how does the creek?
Go away.
How does the creek support your prediction of it's a duck's footprint? How does it support your prediction?
Because it looks like one.
No, but how's creek, right? The picture does, but how does creek? If it's water, let me think. I'll show you how I would think about it. It's water and what?
A creek.
Creek. So where do ducks swim?
Pond.
In a pond or something like a creek, right? A duck would be in a creek. It could be in a pond, right? You see them. So that's very good.
Alligator or something.
So here's another story clue. We will put right here. All right? It was near a creek. You don't have to put a whole bunch of words because you know what this stuff means. This is just to remind you. So you don't have to write a whole bunch of things, all right? So let's keep going. Page 8. I'll read page 8. Something with webbed toes made this, Angie said. That must mean it lives in the water. It's way too big to be a duck. Wait a minute, hold on, stop right there.
It wasn't a duck.
Oh, why? Why did they say it wasn't a duck?
Because it said it's way too big. Where was it?
It's right here.
It's way too big to be a duck.
Oh, okay. So, are you ready to change your prediction?
Yes.
Okay, why? Just based off of that?
Because that's the wrong answer.
You think it's the wrong answer? Okay. You know what? We're not gonna cross that out just yet because we need some more evidence. Okay, so we're gonna say for right now, this prediction is maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Now, I'm gonna let you do the next set of clues. I'm gonna keep going, and we're gonna get to the next chapter. Yeah, we're gonna let you do the next one. All right. So it's way too big to be a duck, said Jared. And look, here's a mark that looks like a tail is dragging in the mud. Oh, do ducks have tails that drag in the mud?
No.
No. So you know what? I think I want to change my prediction. I don't think this is it.
I know who could it be.
Okay.
The little brother.
Oh, you think it's this guy?
Yeah.
The little brother. Okay. Wow. All right. So we're gonna get the little brother. Oh, I want you to do it. My fault. Let you do it this time. Just put little brother. You can put his name, Benjamin, or put Ben. Put B-E-N. Ben. We'll know who that is.
B-E-N.
All right. And what clues from the story? Give it away. No, you can just put Ben. We know who it is. We'll go back. This is just a reference back to the story. You don't have to break the whole thing out because it would take too long and you're going to miss some of the story. Why do you think it's Benjamin?
Because he has a cape and
he has this
blanket.
He has the blanket as a tail. Okay, so put that down. Write that down. It's a tail. He has a tail. So you can do a tail. Yep, there you go. Perfect. So he has a tail, and the webbed feet has a tail behind it. Now, does he have webbed feet in this picture?
No.